This show is already running long.
Welcome to Zero Hit Points, everybody, for the week of July 22nd. I'm Ryan Miller, and Eat Fresh. It's Matt Ambert.
I don't know where that seat came from. It came from Subway, but I don't know where it came from in terms of my homestead.
So this means one of two things. You ate Subway, like, unconsciously. Or your wife is eating Subway without you.
Either way, I'm doing something right.
Which one's scarier?
Definitely the wife. when she
just in general,
right?
Like, do what she says.
No, when she comes home and she's like, "Hey, look, I brought Subway home." I'm like, "What did you do? What happened?"
Like a piece of salad coming out of the side of her mouth.
Yeah, no, it's the
Where were you? Nowhere.
It's nowhere. Why do you smell like Subway vinaigrette? Why do you know what that smells like?
Is that a piece of bologna? I mean, it is, but this is Zero Hit Points, where we talk about video games and Subway, which, to be fair, is 99% video games, given our PAX experience.
And given your PAX experience this year, I anticipate you...
Oh, every year.
You know what the thing is, though? I
don't.
I have a feeling that you may, because you ventured last year, and I think you might go back to the grilled cheese place if that's still there.
Oh, I will I will absolutely go back to the grilled cheese place. I will also probably DoorDash some dicks.
That's...
Because of you.
No, you should, definitely.
Did I tell you my wife knew of Dick's? Like, she had been there because she had friends. Now I don't remember if she went. I mean, she must have. Dick's isn't anywhere else, right?
No, Dick's is purely Seattle. And for anybody who thinks we're talking about something stupid or doesn't know, it's a burger place that's it's an outdoor, like they have a walk-up window, and that's all they have. You don't go sit down inside, and they're like. They're one of those places that what's on the menu is what you get. You can't have them take anything off. They're all made exactly
secret menu.
the same.
Oh, you can't even take. I didn't know that.
Nope. Whatever's on there is what's on there.
Luckily, you don't want to take anything off.
No,
except your pants when you're done eating.
Because you ate like 18 burgers and you had 4 fries and you got a frozen milkshake on top of it.
So yeah, if you missed any of our live PAX shows from last year, go look at those where the Dick's DoorDasher shows up in the middle and. We send poor Dallas, brand new to the team Dallas, to get some food from a liar who got an extra tip out of it.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
DoorDash.
Angry. But Dick's is good. You'll enjoy those. Make sure you get some fries.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Pretty good.
So check. Have we talked about the fact that I have PAX tickets and it'll be me and Adam Parkin for sure. I don't know. I spring it last minute, but he might show up on the cast like he did last year. I don't know where because I do them in the hotel room and
sure
people have very little choice. But by the way, going to PAX again this year, got tickets.
Yeah, you are.
Happen.
I am not going. I will
not.
be remaining at my homestead, not having money to do that because I will be coming back like either the weekend it starts. Or the weekend before I get back from my little mini vacation, and by mini I mean my awesome vacation to New Orleans, wherein I will probably die of some hurricane.
Oh, probably some southern disease, I would think, before the hurricane.
Oh, yes. I mean, there are plenty of Republicans there. We're getting political! Speaking of politics, let's talk about Mads Mikkelsen. I don't know what that means.
Whoa, what? No, that's going to happen on the Thursday one. I forgot he was in that movie. Thursday, or whatever day it ends up being now. Hard habits. Break.
Yeah, the week of this week.
Week of this week, Zero
Hit
Book
Points.
Club for Movies.
Zero Hit Points is going to be on Book Club for Movies.
Also, which one is it? Yeah. And what's the movie?
I think we should just consider ourselves guests on the shows. That way it just works out. Like, we're going to be guests on Book Club for Movies this week.
Yep.
Nobody has to know. Yeah, with us as always.
I don't think many people do and or understand. So,
hey, let's talk about video games.
Which ones? That's the question.
I didn't play anything. I played Mortal Kombat, and I'm just getting more and more angry at that game.
Did you play Mortal Kombat and or what's the other one we've done a zillion weeks in a row? I guess Gwent has just been 2 or 3, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
Okay, so good. Mortal Kombat 11, I would assume.
Yes. AKA Mortal Kombat disappointment games.
And I was gonna say, let me see where we left off. Not terribly excited about the stage that you're in with that game. Grinding a little bit. Did you have some glitches as well? Currency woes.
Basically everything negative you could have in the game. Yeah, my biggest problem at this point is once you get to a certain point in the crypt, for me anyways, you get to a point, okay, where there are, I don't know if I explained this or not.
I don't know either. So you're still crypting at this point.
There are like spikes that you have to kill.
Put the heads on?
Yeah. So that was
oh, that's right. It wasn't glitching. It was that the way through was a little more obfuscated than you probably would have enjoyed. You had to do stuff in another mode that you had no idea about that you discovered on accident.
Yeah, I had no idea you had to do X amount of fatalities on the character just to get that. And so I ended up finding there's a tower that's like one of the regular towers, not a tower of time, that it's always there. And just go into the tower. If it's not the character you want, back out, go back in, get the character you want. It's a one fight.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yeah.
Working the game, playing the game.
And then it's a one fight battle, and you just put it on very easy and done.
Awesome.
Let's do that 25 times.
Fun achieved. So this thing's coming back to haunt you, or this is just you're still dealing with it?
I'm just like, I've never gotten this bored and bothered and just annoyed this fast with any other Mortal Kombat game I've ever played.
This is very impressive.
Like, I mean, how long was I playing 10? When that, like, I was playing that for over a year, I think. Injustice, same thing. I played that for freaking ever. To the point where now, because I want a fighting game, I may just go back to Injustice. I liked it better. It was more fun. This game is frustrating me on a lot of levels. And then I admit, so I've talked about this. I'm not super into the combat packs. They're all the characters they're showing off that are coming out.
You don't like the left field characters that aren't part of the universe. You'd rather see.
It's not even that. It's just I want more of the characters from the universe. You want to bring Terminator in? Cool. Don't sacrifice other characters from the game that people do want, and I'm not like, it's not the funny thing is, like, I'm not in the minority on this one. I'm in the majority. People are like, yeah, those are cool characters. We still want Ermac, Reptile, Tanya. There are like a number of other characters. Yeah. Nancy Pelosi. No, not her. Nancy Kerrigan. She's the one I was thinking of, because she's more violent. Yeah, she was the.
You remember when Nancy Pelosi hired the girl to
Nancy Kerrigan or
Bernie Sanders' knees or whatever it is?
Tanya Donnelly from Belly.
This year does seem especially egregious because, like, I'm thinking of the past ones we had. Some slashers in there. What was it? It wasn't Jason.
It was Jason, Freddy, Leatherface. They did the Turtle. Oh, wait, no. The Turtles were...
Those kind of made sense together. No, yeah. Turtles was...
We're Injustice.
Yeah.
so many combat
And the
packs.
Alien was in there. So Xenomorph was in there somewhere.
Right.
This year it's like Terminator, which has got a movie coming out. So it kind of reeks of like...
tie-in.
Like some sort of marketing deal or something like that. So not that it can't still be cool, but...
I'm not going to lie, though. If they're going to put the Terminator in, I really hope that they put in another skin for Sonya. Make her look like Linda Hamilton.
Or what if that's actually a good, okay, so you got the Terminator. What if instead you put in Linda Hamilton? Like, that would have been a good, like, oh, okay, you're doing not what I want, but you're doing a choice I didn't think you would make.
Right, and not like Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor, just Linda Hamilton.
Just Linda Hamilton, yeah.
And
she's
then,
like, I've been acting for a while. It's my big comeback. Fatality.
Now, see, I would love for... I thought about this earlier today because I hadn't seen any of the stage fatalities, brutalities. I hadn't seen any of those. I didn't even realize they existed still, honestly. But do you remember in Mortal Kombat 10, everybody made a big thing about the fact that you could grab that old lady and throw her, and everybody called her Blanche?
Well, no, everybody made a big, like, everybody had named her and wished you could throw her for the longest time, and then they updated it so that you could. Yeah, no, that was amazing.
Yeah, so what I also want is I want her to come back, but I want her to be Linda Hunt.
Ooh.
See, yeah.
I don't
Come on, think about Linda Hunt. You don't know. Linda Hunt, my best give for you is Kindergarten Cop. She was the principal, the tiny little principal lady.
Oh.
When you Google Linda Hunt, you'll
won't not recognize
her in Mortal Kombat would be funny.
Does she look like Blanche? Is that the thing?
Yes, she does. She's
I do like the idea of just Blanche coming back as a full-fledged character now. That would be right in line with the universe.
Yeah, no, make her teleport and beat people with like a
whatever. Yeah, give her some insane powers. Who cares? Yeah, like she needs to be thrown, like she just like right through a guy, and then stands up on the other end.
She's basically the real life version of Noob Saibot.
Blanche could be a Noob Saibot skin.
There you go. That would be great.
I just did all of the work
Actually, if I could have Blanche be the Shadow, that would be the best part. So you still have the regular Noob skin, but then the Shadow is full color Blanche.
That's why we do this. Again, we've improved another game.
There we go. Hey, NetherRealm, stop sucking and do what I say.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that your heart's been broken by a Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I'm super bummed out, man. Like, I'll play Nightwolf when he comes out because I always like that character.
That's cool. Yeah,
but
I would like to see that. We haven't seen. Is this character model out yet?
Yeah,
they haven't shown us, right?
Yeah,
it is.
No, they did it. San Diego Comic-Con maybe, or during while it was happening.
Guess.
It was just a 10-second thing showing what he looks like.
Cool. I'll check that out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I feel like this has reached an ending.
It has.
For Mortal Kombat and or the games you played this week.
I picked up. I started playing this again because I was waiting for Beth for something.
Waiting for Bethman.
And I wanted something. I wanted to play a game, but I needed it to be really fast, like something that I could not Gwent that takes a little while to like get booted up into. I wanted something that I could kind of hit start and then I'm gone. Right, so Pac-Man Championship Edition 2.
Oh, cool!
Yeah, I love that game, man. That was
the newest one that we got.
Whatever, I don't know. It's Championship Edition 2. I don't know. Is there another?
Oh, you said 2. Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, I'm listening.
Yeah, no, it's fine. That's a good game, man. I really like that game, and I totally went back to. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that they had the score attack thing, and I really enjoyed that. And I thought, okay, well, I'll jump into that. I can, I won't. I can stop this whenever. Boy, did I stop sooner than I wanted to. That's for sure.
You rediscovered the reason we stopped playing that game?
I rediscovered that I need to spend some more time in that game because I went from like my max score, which was almost 4 million, to like I could not get above like 1.5.
The difficulty curve on that game?
It jumps.
It's got an uptick there at the end real quick. Like you could probably get up to that score that you were, like as good as you were within an hour or two.
Oh, I'm sure.
But
yeah, it's
towards the final goals in that game I didn't want to, like I figured maybe you could get pretty close, or if you wanted to invest the time, they are absolute skill based, so it's not like you can just grind them out.
Right.
But I was just like, I could see how much work it was going to take, and as much as I liked the game, I was like, sorry.
It's that's a game that I can't go for the achievements, but it's fine for me to go back to play and go, oh, I could try and beat my high score. It's the entire purpose of Ms. Pac-Man for me. I don't care that I've played it a billion times. I will never finish the game. That's like never going to happen. But I will play the hell out of it for the rest of my life. And I could sell almost everything in my house, I guess, and be super happy if I could just have like a perfect cocktail table. Miss Pac-Man speech.
It's one of those games, man. Like there's a reason they're classics. It's not because they came out then. Like I would say even Pac-Man to a certain extent is kind of nostalgia proof. Because there are a lot of games, especially maybe we get into the older consoles, when those started happening, that you're like, oh, I really like this game growing up, but it was a game that you rented 3 weeks in a row, or the only game you had that year. So it's not really good, but you'll enjoy it no matter what. But there are games like Pac-Man. I mean, kind of my Pac-Man is Tetris, right?
Sure,
That's the thing I always go back to. Like,
same.
Timeless and
in
just
fact,
kind of nostalgia proof.
Now that you have mentioned it, I want to go play Tetris 99. I haven't played that in a while.
Hey, we've got a Tetris game coming up in the news. I didn't clip any of these. Okay, we've changed a little bit how we do the show, so we might as well talk about it while we're live.
Sure.
We used to clip the news items, put them in a list where we could both access them and kind of read up. Since I have not been able to read up as much time because we're on kind of a condensed schedule with my new work schedule and all that kind of stuff, Do you even kind of look at the news stuff anymore, or you just I tell it to you and we go from there?
I putter through it, but it seems like you find stuff that either I've missed or I didn't read the whole thing.
Okay.
So I skim. I go through Kotaku and Polygon.
Okay, so you would pull something if that works. Yeah, you're pulling whatever you want to talk about. I'm pulling whatever I think maybe might be interesting. There's a Tetris piece in the news this week. So.
Cool. What is it?
Oh, you want to do it now? That's out of order and against the rules.
Okay.
Also, I don't know. Did you have any other games you want to talk about?
No, I got nothing.
Okay.
I will say, though, every freaking day, I keep thinking, man, I want to pop in The Witcher. And then I go, but I need to finish Red Dead Redemption. And then I go, both of those games exhaust me just thinking about them.
And Pac-Man 2, it's not 256, 99 DX. Pac-Man 99.
That's right.
Could happen.
It might.
Should.
That would be really fun, actually.
I'm telling you.
Pac-Man 99 would be really cool. Totally, and it would work the same way.
It would. Speaking of good games,
sure.
Tune in next week. All I have is
Nice!
Dr. Mario World.
Oh, the sadness. It creeps in further. I can hear it in your voice.
It's not as bad as I'm making it out to be. Although I do think it does a disservice to both the franchise Dr. Mario and World.
like the world? Like where we live?
Take your pick. Yeah,
Okay.
Take your pick.
Yeah, sunshine, Thursdays, or any days.
Oh, that's a deeper. Yes, this Dr. Mario World is kind of the sunshine of Nintendo games.
Sure.
At first, you're actually no, this isn't going to hold up at all. And actually, tune in for our conversation about that film. I'm interested to see how it goes. Dr. Mario World has the look and feel. The music's kind of updated, so you get some of that chill, some of that fever. You know, you're pulling all the right heartstrings, I guess,
sure.
in those departments, which is fun. It's a really different game in most every other aspect, and not just because the pills are falling from the bottom up, which I think was actually a smart move for kind of Nintendo's mobile, one finger play. And I've only played Super Mario Run, so I don't know how Fire Emblem or I feel like they've had another mobile entry that we passed over.
It's Nintendo.
Okay. So yeah, the pills are falling up, but you're still eliminating viruses by creating 3 in a row. But it's introduced several other mechanics like bombs you can set off that will destroy a certain amount of area. It's pulling in a lot of different things from other Match 3 games, let's put it that way, that have come out since the first Dr. Mario. And some of the viruses can be frozen, so you need to double cure them. Probably the most interesting thing mechanics-wise is that the pills, once they go in and break apart, you can manipulate them still within that screen. Like from the beginning, you can straight up put them down halfway down the screen. Yeah, it's almost hard to explain. You give me a funny look.
No. Okay, wait. So you can. Yeah, no. Continue. You'll explain it further. I'm just interrupting.
No, that's to keep that question in mind. If I don't answer it, just not even subconsciously,
subcutaneously.
Yes, you do get under my skin. Once you take the pill, you move it around with your finger. Whenever you let go, it's on the screen, and that's where it'll land, but you can take it right to wherever you want. And then when it completes, you can take the other, and there's little leftover pills, right? You can then touch that and move that to somewhere else on the screen if you want. So you can get a completion on one that's up close and then carry that other one down across the screen to the one that's lower on the screen. So you can multi-clear with one pill where you wouldn't be able to before. In the original games, you were kind of just setting up combos because one half would fall into the other half.
Yeah, standard Tetris, essentially.
Yes. If the Tetris pieces fell apart after they...
Right. Well, I mean, yeah.
I know, yes. Yeah. If you're going to talk Tetris, I'm going to get picky. That's my fault.
Talking Tetris, that's going to be our next podcast.
You talking Tetris to me.
You talking Tetris to me. There it is. Which I can't wait. We got to start that show.
So that part of Dr. Mario World is actually fairly interesting. I like that idea, and I like a lot of the power-ups too. You're playing with different characters. So far, I only have 3. It's Peach, Dr. Mario, or Bowser, and they all have different ults, essentially. So you build up a meter, and then you hit that, and Bowser, who I'm playing with now, destroys 2 rows just randomly.
Are they always together, or is it like just two?
Yeah, it's like just 2 rows. Just
Okay.
Yes, they are always together. And then I actually don't know what Peach does because I haven't played her yet. Dr. Mario, actually didn't understand his ability because the game was still kind of tutorializing me. I'll go back and figure those out. Probably. I don't think that's going to change too much about what I say about the rest of the game, despite all of that. And we did mention last week that I wasn't sure if I was going to get into it because I heard it had like timers, and I heard they monetize in a way that's my least favorite way to monetize ever.
Yeah.
That is their, like, each game costs a heart to play, and hearts only replenish every 15 minutes. In the end, I ended up not caring too much about that, and I don't know if this is another weakness of the game. But it's happened to me before where there have been timers like this, and I've been like, you know what, that kind of works because it's like, hey, play this game for 15 minutes and then you're done.
Yeah.
And it kind of self-polices, and I'm like, for some reason it works. I don't feel the need to buy more to play more. It's just like you played all you're going to play of that game for today, and it's whatever. You had your fun with it. That's where this game sits with me as far as that goes. But so far, the game hasn't been super challenging, because it looks like it's setting up a greater puzzle game. You know, Dr. Mario was the original, still a puzzle game, I would say. That's a fine definition for that.
Sure.
This kind of gives you a layout of viruses, and then based on what I've said, how you can play with the pills and move them in different spots, it gives you a set amount of pills. So at first I'm like, okay, I could be kind of into that idea that they're like, hey, solve this puzzle with this amount of pills. Like, you've got to put them in the right places and take out as many viruses as you can with them.
Yeah.
And then if you have a certain amount of pills left over, you get points for it, and you can 1, 2, 3 star every level, like Angry Birds or whatever, you know?
Sure.
That's cool. I'm into those mechanics. That's fun enough to keep me going. Except the pills appear to be randomized, so there isn't any one solution for one puzzle. And the antidote to that appears to be buy more pills for this puzzle, or buy more power-ups, or buy this score multiplier. Yeah. So that ends up being what it appears they want you to do. They don't want you to solve the puzzle or figure out their cool, bespoke design to this map. They want you to get randomized. You either keep playing until you get randomized in a way that helps you to complete it, or you buy extra stuff to just sail through them, because it doesn't even take that much to get 3 stars.
Sure.
So there's a lot of cool things about it that if that layer wasn't over all of it, I would actually really like this game.
So it sounds like that's a game that would have benefited from that, one-time purchase.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no. And here's a bunch of puzzles that, I mean, the question being, do they update it? Does that get changed at some point in the future? This is one of those cases where I don't think so, because they would have to fundamentally change the game. Like, those puzzles would have to be designed. The limited amount of pills that you get would have to be static. But I don't see them changing that, because that changes everything.
I'm curious how well that game is doing or does for them, because I haven't heard anything about it except for what you've said.
Yeah, it could do great. I'm mostly listening to people that are a little more discerning, like me and you would be. So I don't know. This gets into the hand of the general public that's used to all this stuff. Like, they maybe even don't verbalize that, oh, I hate it when games do this. They're just like, oh, it's another one of these. They're all like these. Like, here we go. This is what they want. Am I going to spend money? They will, or they won't. And it's Nintendo. So you know what? This is probably going to make a bunch of money. Whatever.
It could. Boo.
Sure. Yeah. And there is, it's one of those things that's more frustrating, because there are good things about it. Like, there's a kind of a small story to it, and it comes in these small little kind of comic booky screens that I actually really like. The look of it is, like I said, good music to whatever, it's kind of that modern Nintendo look that's almost Disney in a way. It's all really good. Like, it's cool. It looks like a Nintendo thing, even though it wasn't mostly made by them, I think.
All right.
But yeah, everything else. So whatever.
Very good. Anything else?
You think you'll check it out after that glowing review?
No.
Okay. Those are all the games I got. That is literally, like, I'm glad I could fit that in. Although I will say I am pretty much caught up. Like, all the episodes we recorded are out. At work, I'm into a rhythm. So I think things might get back to a little bit more normal this week.
Rhythms, man.
Rhythms are good. Did you play a rhythm game this week?
No, I didn't.
You want the news? Is that what you want?
News me.
So, EA is spinning up the Plants vs. Zombies wheel, it seems.
Such a weird thing.
They've announced, is it just the way I put it, or Plants vs. Zombies?
Yes.
Okay. They announced Plants vs. Zombies 3 with very little information, so whatever. I was more interested in this because, and I want to know if the same thing happened to you, I received an email inviting me to a new alpha for a new Plants vs. Zombies shooter.
I did not receive such an email.
Okay. So I signed, I don't know what the exact process is. They sent me an invitation. I accepted, and now I think I still need to be chosen. And regardless if I am, I can't say. There's an NDA on the whole thing. So I saw an article about how these emails were going out, so I figured we could at least mention that. And then at some point, when it's lifted, we can talk about it. But I like shooters. I've heard, even though I didn't really want to touch that 3-person. Hey, you touched that, didn't you? Was that Garden Warfare?
Yeah, I touched that when it was maybe a beta, I think.
Okay. The 3rd-person,
yeah,
kind of Gears of War looking Plants vs. Zombie.
Yeah.
Except, it was a multiplayer only, I believe.
Correct.
Okay. I feel like you liked that or didn't hate it.
No, it was. I think it was entertaining. I don't think it was something that I would have ever stuck with.
Okay.
It's not that game for me, but it was really novel for sure. Okay. It was. I
didn't
fun
hear
with
it. A lot of bad things about it. I heard it was perfectly competent if it didn't just have maybe staying power or, in an already flooded market, people are going to stick with that instead of Gears of War or something. That was probably some of it.
That's the thing is the game was good and all that, but it was not. It was what's the word? It was hanging its hat on being Plants vs. Zombies, right?
Oh, okay.
It didn't do a ton to differentiate itself. I mean, you know that all of the different zombies and plants and stuff are going to be slightly different, but they're based off the actual characters in the game, so they
so there was kind of a class-based aspect to it thing going on?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, you had the pea shooter.
I guess that makes sense because that's what the original is.
Yeah, I mean, you had a bunch of the different. You could be different flowers and stuff, different plants, and yeah, it was fine. I just
don't.
Like
I said,
the
most motivational thing you've ever said to me is that I could be different flowers.
You can be, Ryan. You're a beautiful flower now, but you could bloom into something totally different. You could maybe you're an orchid.
Oh, I require a lot of care. A little bit fussy. Only weird people like me. You know what? Thank you.
You're more of a blue orchid, though.
Okay, I don't get that reference. Is that from Upstream Color by any chance?
Okay. It is, because book club for movies.
I poison pigs and people. So that'll be interesting whenever that happens, and I'm sure we'll speak obliquely of the game I'm playing and can't talk about until I can.
I poison pigs and people. That's the name of my Europe cover band.
You played bass for I Poison Pigs and People.
That's right.
Yes.
1986 to 1988.
Also in the news, Overwatch.
Sigma.
Not only have the summer games begun again, it seems, which I'm going to get into because I'm pretty sure I'm missing some of those achievements.
Let's go.
23rd to 29th. Did you end up playing the other night? You said you were going to.
Nobody got back to me, and so I passed out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you did, but I was I was waiting for Sean to at least say something, and because I thought they were gonna play, and so I was like, hey, I could play, and I was telling you because I was like, oh, let's get the whole band back together, and then nothing, and I fell asleep.
Speaking of bands, Sean Sliptide, the one that does the music for the show, that one,
former friend of the show.
We don't talk him up enough. We should be thanking him every show.
Again, former friend of the show.
Now that he doesn't play Overwatch.
Not now.
Okay, cool. I'm glad to hear you didn't play because I logged in to check and I saw you both online, but not on Overwatch, so I slowly backed away and probably also passed out now that I think about it.
Play some Overwatch when we're done here.
Okay, so yes, I'm going to get into those summer events, so
cool.
Maybe we'll talk about that. I don't know. I'm sure we've talked about Overwatch before.
We've had a convo.
But also, Hero 31 Sigma has been announced, and there's a little short, not an official digital or whatever
Not
type of,
not the good short. It's that
Yes.
motion comic garbage.
Yes, there you go. Which they're usually pretty good.
Yeah,
too.
they're fine. Whatever. They're just not as interesting to me.
Do you watch it or
Not yet.
have you? I don't know if this guy is in PTR. Is that what
PT?
they call the thing I don't have on my Xbox?
Pick one: PTR, PTB, PTA, PDF.
Okay. PTA. I'll pick that one because I'm familiar with my child's school activities.
Hey, look at that. Look at you.
This dude has to do with gravity. He's a scientist that was experimenting with black holes, and as often happens, that really messed him up.
Yeah, and he's an astrophysicist who doesn't know he's a living weapon.
So sounds interesting. I'm sure he'll be fun.
He's
to some extent.
basically Iron Fist, and I hope he says that like all the time.
Iron Fist is the comic book Gravity Sigma. I can't do it. You know Iron Fist better than I do.
Yeah, no, but you know exactly what I talk about. Wow, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There was, not, you know what?
Did we start the podcast?
Hey, let's go ahead and I already said it's going too long, and it sure is.
That's all the info I had on that. Anyways, Overwatch,
Terrific.
everybody.
Yeah.
Fallout 76 players say big new patch is a mess. Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody snuck in a non-headline real quick. Hold on, let's see.
Nice.
Finally, the Tetris piece of news I said was coming. Tetris Effect is coming to the VR headset you own now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's super cool. I will play it then.
Recommended.
Yeah.
PC, Vive, and Rift. Oh, I guess the non-VR one is coming straight up just to PC too. So that's probably also good. It's Tetris, and it's a good Tetris.
When?
It sings in VR, I will admit.
When?
Oh, when, he
Yeah.
says.
Is there-
July 23rd. Wait,
Oh.
what the heck day is today?
Wait.
Tomorrow!
Sorry. That's cool.
Since we're so truthful about when we record these things nowadays.
Yeah, it's the week of. We record it that week.
That's all the news, things I clipped, had, saw. Did I miss anything?
Did you miss anything? No. Did I miss anything?
I feel like you were
Probably not.
trying to look up something earlier in the show.
No. I was
Okay.
I was just looking up some of the stuff you were talking about, just so I could have
If you like the news section, you'll love the section after where we talk about news that we didn't talk about that doesn't exist.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got a question for this came up this week.
What happened? Oh man, okay.
I don't know who Alinity Divine is. She's a Twitch streamer. But I
Okay.
saw this yeah, she threw her cat, like she tossed a cat behind her. And
do I even want to know how this ends? I
And-
can't imagine. I can't believe you're telling me this.
So she tosses the cat. Nothing happens. The cat's fine. Whatever.
Oh, okay.
But it's the fact that she picks up this cat, chucks it behind her, and nothing is going to happen to her. She's not going to get suspended. She's not going to get banned. She's fine. Nothing. Why is it that I like it? Twitch is another example that pisses me off of one of those rules for me, rules for thee, not for me, and it's like I don't understand why or how Twitch can say, oh yeah, we're not going to do anything to you. Go ahead, just apologize. You're fine. Like how do you not? It's the same thing with I don't get how Twitch is like, yeah, you get what a month banned for Dr. Disrespect going into a bathroom multiple times recording things. Twitch is a joke. Like that is an absolute joke of a company. They're doing exactly what they should as a capitalist corporation. You know, they're doing what they can to make money. It's exactly what they're supposed to do. But
Absolutely, sure.
But from the perspective of somebody that would and could potentially watch these people, it's just like, go to hell, Twitch. I'm not gonna watch your garbage because of this. Like that's another reason why I've got no interest. Like my interest in streaming has kind of died off partially because of this stuff. Like I don't need to be on doing that stuff and bringing people to that, like to Twitch. They're already going to be there. I don't want to be there. These
Can
people
you
suck.
describe the cat tossing? I'm putting on my Pacino Devil's Advocate.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't pick the
hat
thing up and
here.
chuck it or anything, but you know, you take the cat and you toss it behind you. Yeah, you know, if there's not a bed right there, I don't know. You know, it's
Is it a violent? Does the cat?
Well, okay.
Is he contorted?
Well, the cat.
I own a cat, and we play often in this way.
This was not a play. This is not.
Okay.
She's not playing with the cat. There's a difference between playing with the cat and going and having fun with it, than taking it and getting.
Was there a wanton disregard?
She was angry. She got mad at him. Yeah,
oh,
she got.
Okay,
she
all
was,
right.
She was
this
mad.
is getting okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll still have to watch it, but I mean, I agree that Twitch obviously is interested in the money. They're one of those, although probably not the worst one, but corporations out there that will only do something when pressured or when it looks like it's going to affect the bottom line or
Absolutely.
image that affects the bottom line type thing. Yes.
Yeah, and I think I guess make fun of me for this one. I'm good with it.
I wouldn't.
It bothers the hell out of me because they do. They give all these people a license, and that license gets to other people, and it's going to get to, this is where you can make fun of me. It's going to get to kids that watch these people, and they're going to think, oh, I can go videotape things in the bathroom.
I'm going to make fun of you for caring about the children in this aspect.
But it's like, nice job.
I bet you want all kids to be alive.
Yeah, and that's like the exact opposite of what I'm saying. Like, don't do, if you're going to do something violent to yourself, whatever. But, it is one of those things where these people are, regardless of whether or not they want it, they end up being role models. And on top of that, because of the way Twitch exists, these are people that think they're friends. Like there are people out there that think, oh, I'm friends with Dr. Disrespect because I'm in his chat, because I've donated to him, because I'm a member of his thing. I've subscribed. And like, people get that. They get a feeling because it's a one-on-one thing.
Sure.
No matter how many people are watching, it's just you and the screen, right?
Right.
And that stuff gets to people, man. Kids follow that stuff up, and it just, Twitch doing absolutely nothing about things like that frustrates me, because there are definitely kids and idiots watching that going, oh, well, it's no big deal. I can just chuck my cat. I can just go into a bathroom. I can cheat on my wife. All those things.
I think there's probably a degree differential between the filming and the bathroom thing, but I think you're also getting at a larger part, and to me, a really interesting part about this stuff, and kind of one of the newest things of our culture, or this culture. And it's weird that you mention it, because you also mentioned a writers roundtable with the Hollywood Reporter. Was that it?
Yeah, it was great.
And it had some guys I didn't know their names and should have. Unfortunately, I couldn't have told you who wrote Taxi Driver.
Paul
off the
Schrader.
top of my head, honest. Yeah. I mean, and I recognize the name, but I wouldn't have.
It was
Anyways.
Tamara Davis, Paul Schrader, John Krasinski, Peter Farrelly. I can't remember his name. Is Eric Roth? I can't remember that dude's name. The guy who did A Star Is Born, and Bo Burnham.
Bo Burnham, and that's where I was going, because he actually speaks directly to this. And actually, I'm constantly surprised by that guy, man.
Dude, that guy is so smart. He is very intelligent.
Especially after watching his stand-up stuff, like the breadth of character in that guy too is kind of amazing. But yeah, so if you want to hear somebody really talk about that thing and know what it's all about, go check out that video. He doesn't get into that, I want to say, until the last half or last third, maybe even.
It's towards the last half, and he specifically kind of takes. He calls out, and I kind of read it as a little bit of a dig, just in the way he kind of talks. But he calls out
fearless about it.
He calls out the Hollywood Reporter for because they talk about, I don't remember how.
And the writers at the table. He says at this table.
Yeah. That and Tamara Davis is the only one who's like, she's sitting there like, yeah. that they had they had all white guys except for her, and yeah. So
good video. You think that would come up on the other show, but no.
Yeah, you brought it up here. I'm still not sure why. Was there a reason? Did I miss it?
It's because we were talking about the Twitch thing.
Oh, good.
That's it. We can stop bringing up everything at this point. At 0 Hit Points. You go to 0hitpoints.com. You can email us at podcast@0hitpoints.com. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter, as always. You know what we never pitch is our personal Twitters. I don't know if that's a thing. I feel like other people do that. If you want to contact us individually, if you want to like talk to one of us without the other one knowing necessarily, see if you can get away with something until mom yells at you.
You want to slide into some DMs?
Did you say PM or BM?
Yes.
Depending on who you might get.
It's timing is everything.
Also not mutually exclusive.
Correct.
I am I the beard I, and you are
Beta_Angel.
There you go. Who knows if we'll ever pitch those again, but now we've done what other people do. You can even leave us a review on iTunes, and we've also heard other people ask for those things.
Yeah, and I've heard that those things are super useful, and we'd love
That's
one
what
or four.
I hear.
Yeah, who knows?
That's all I got. That's all I could possibly even think of.
Fantastic.
Bye.
Bye!